Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some news. We're going to start with the NFL here. So, obviously your Super Bowl matchup is the Seattle Seahawks versus New England Patriots. Patriots and Seahawks won their conference championship games yesterday, so it's your 2026 Super Bowl, and it'll be a rematch. I forgot what year it was, but when the interception, the famous interception at the goal line, picked off by Butler. That one. That's a Super Bowl right there. Who would have predicted that at the start of the season, man? Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, and then a 4-13 Patriots team the year before would be going to the Super Bowl next year. But yeah, let's get the news from today. So a busy day ahead for Broncos pass game corner and QB's coach, Davis Webb. He will in fact interview today for the head coaching jobs for the Raiders and Bills. Per source, it is his second interview with the Raiders and his first with Buffalo. So Jaguars offensive coordinator Grant Udinski, he has informed the Browns that he is removing himself from consideration for their head coaching position, per a source. He has a no deal in place with Jackson that will bump his pay for next season, but the Jaguars are allowing him to continue pursuing the Bills job. He's withdrawing his consideration from Cleveland. If he doesn't get the Buffalo job, he will be returning as the Jaguars OC. Oh man, the Browns cannot find a head coach. You know, this is where people should start wondering if Stefanski was really the problem. I never thought he was. I think he did the best he could with the way it was managed above him, and he had shitty quarterbacks. But yeah, they fired him, and they can't even get a head coach, dude. Oh my god, it's such a shit show. The remaining candidates are their defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, the Rams passing game coordinator Shalacy, which is probably the best option at this point, and then the Commanders run game coordinator Anthony Lynn and former Ravens OC Todd Monken. Who's our next head coach interview to be? Coach Klein? So this is just so unserious, man. Shalacy, I bet's gonna freaking take himself out of the running too. Falcons have named Craig Ackerman their special teams coordinator. Whatever. Indiana receiver Omar Cooper Jr. is on the list of 5 players from the national title game who have submitted written notes to the NFL that they're declaring for the draft. He led Indiana with 937 receiving yards this year. Man, I love Omar Cooper's really good. Whoever picks him is going to be a steal. The Chargers' new offensive coordinator, it's official. Mike McDaniel is officially their offensive coordinator. The Chargers and Tierra Tart, they agreed to a 3-year contract extension. Shadur Sanders is being added to the Pro Bowl games roster. He will replace Drake May, whose New England Patriots advanced to the Super Bowl. Oh my god. Shadur Sanders into the Pro Bowl games roster. I've seen it all, man. I don't have much to say about that. That's just funny. The Bills, they completed their interview with Broncos passing game coordinator and QB's coach Davis Webb. He will now interview for the Raiders head coaching job next. The Buffalo Bills have requested to interview Rams passing game coordinator Nate Shalacy for their head coaching job. Per source, Shalacy currently is interviewing in person for the Cleveland Browns head coaching job, with the Bills now on deck. He is scheduled to meet tonight with the Bills following his Browns in-person interview. Broncos signed Cody Schrader and Deuce Vaughn to future contracts. Deuce Vaughn? After spending Monday morning interviewing for the Bills head coaching job, Broncos passing game coordinator Davis Webb is meeting tonight in Las Vegas with the Raiders about their head coaching job. Raiders, they now have completed a second head coaching interview with Bills OC Joe Brady. And the Browns announced they completed a second head coaching interview with Nate Shalacy, who now is expected to interview tonight with Buffalo. So that is all the news we have from Schefter. So, per Mary Kay Cabot, although he is floating under the radar, former Ravens OC Todd Monken isn't out of the running yet for the Browns opening head coach. He could be, but he isn't out of the running yet. If they did this, dude, it would be so desperate. That would be such a Browns hire. So, rumors, talks between the Jets and Frank Wright are, quote, progressing. They're trying to get it done. Wright will call the plays on offense if he's hired. Tanner Angstrom might still maintain the offensive coordinator title even if he doesn't call plays. Oh God, I don't think you want to hire this guy. He sucks. That's some news right there. Former Giants interim head coach Mike Kafka is joining the Lions in a, quote, high-ranking offensive role per rap sheet. Mike Kafka? Oh, God. Another shitty coach. So, per Adam Schefter, Brian Flores was a finalist for the Steelers gig, but Mike McCarthy's specialization with grooming quarterbacks was what sold the Steelers into giving him the job. Grooming quarterbacks? It's interesting. We got an Epstein at head coach. I don't know why do they word it like grooming quarterbacks? Stop wording shit like that. No diddy. Yeah, but basically they hired him because they think he develops quarterbacks. They're gonna bring Aaron Rodgers back probably. It's not gonna that's not developing a quarterback. So after speaking with the Eagles in regards to their OC vacancy, LSU offensive coordinator Charlie Weis Jr. has elected to stay at LSU. But he said, I'm good, man. Philip Rivers has withdrawn himself from consideration for the Bills head coaching vacancy. It's the only time Philip Rivers is pulled out. So from Rappaport, Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur is scheduled to meet with the Cardinals for a second in-person interview today and tomorrow. Sources say an intriguing candidate, so he's going to interview with them. The Eagles are promoting Joe Casper to be their defensive pass game coordinator and DB's coach, per source. The Eagles interviewed Dolphins OC Frank Smith for their vacant OC job, per the insiders. From Jordan Schultz, the Ravens are requested to interview Bears offensive coordinator Declan Doyle for their OC opening with head coach Jesse Minter. Doyle was also on the Eagles' radar but withdrew from that. I think Jesse Minter and Declan Doyle would be a pretty good duo. I don't think he'll leave the Bears, though. The Cowboys requested and have now interviewed Steelers outside linebackers coach Denzel Martin for the same role in their staff. I think this might be it. Obviously, the Chargers made their deal with Mike McDaniel. But yeah, I think that's all for NFL. I might just move on here. So let's move on to basketball here. So with my Warriors, Steph Curry and Draymond Green are out tonight. Shocker, Draymond Green doesn't play when Curry's out. Versus Minnesota, so they can game that back-to-back. Mark J. Spears talked about Giannis. He said, end quote, I think he's played his last game in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform. We'll see. The Sixers are open to trading Andre Drummond, per Papa and Sixers. Maybe somebody will want him. I mean, at least he can kind of shoot now. Giannis talked about if he's going to stay with the Bucks for the rest of the season. He said, I don't know. But yeah, that's a little bit of NBA. There's not too much there. We haven't had much NBA news to talk about the last couple of days, but there's a little bit there with Curry and Draymond out. Sixers maybe could be open to trading Drummond. Let's move on. So, we have some wrestling here, so let's talk about wrestling. So, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn is official for the Undisputed Championship this Saturday for the Royal Rumble. Mercedes turned 34 today, so she turns 34. Kind of hard to believe she's on 34. Advertised for Raw tonight in Toronto, Canada. Braun Breaker meets with Adam Pearce after suspension. AJ Styles has a segment, a Gunther interview. The New Day versus Alpha Academy versus Los Americanos versus American Made. #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. Still doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like that great of a card. From what I'm seeing here, one advertised wrestling match. I'm sure there's going to be more, obviously. And now let's move on to NASCAR news, and the schedules are back, guys. Bowman Gray, Saturday 10:15 modified practice, 10:45 sportsman practice, 11:15 mod qual, 11:14 sportsman qual, 1:15 the sportsman race, 2:45 on flow the mod race, 6:10 FS1 Cup practice, 8:30 FS1 Cup heats. Sunday 6 on Fox LCQ, and then also 8 on Fox the Clash 200 laps. Bowman Gray, NASCAR's back. Gee, so excited. So some news from Jordan Bianchi. The Charlotte NASCAR playoff race is going to shift off the Roval and will return to the Oval beginning this season. Yes! I'm sure the 7 people who attended the race last year are going to be mad. The Oval is at least decent. The 600 is by far superior race than the Roval. So I think it's a W. I think it's a W. I don't like the Roval. I haven't really been a fan of it after the first year. Thank fucking God. The Oval is way superior. Leland Honeyman's going to compete in select ARCA Menard Series events. Let's run up through here. Corey LaJoy, Henderson Motorsports, is headed back to Daytona. Corey LaJoy will drive the 75 truck with support from Bell.com, Alliance Driveway Solutions, and Kingdom Truck Sales. So Corey LaJoy will be driving the truck for Henderson Motorsports at Daytona. I believe that's all for the NASCAR news. Let's talk about some baseball news to end it off here. So the Royals, they've agreed to terms on a minor league contract with the right-hander Hector Neris. The Angels, they've agreed to terms with Nick Sandlin, a free agent right-hander, on a minor league contract. There's another one here. They've are signing Trey Mancini to a minor league deal. The San Francisco Giants, they've agreed to terms with free agent outfielder Harrison Bader on a 2-year contract. So, he was so good in Philly. I think it's a good signing for the Giants here. The Cubs and Dylan Carlson agreed to a minor league deal. Yeah, that's all to say for this video, ladies and gentlemen. All the news today so far from the world of sports. So, yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace.